your American dream?
I would like to see just more unity, less racism and discrimination.
The living American dream to me is when we are able to be who we are without fear and to be happy with who we are without fear.
For me, it's just helping my family in the Philippines while I'm still here and just having all that I need, basic needs, just right now.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. It is Bradshaw Live. It is precautionary quarantine pandemic edition. We're precautionary. On Monday, no more pandemic edition. We're going to be back in studio with Yo-Yo and Nesquik. And by the way, today, does anybody know what today is? Does anybody know what today is? Squad. Does anybody know what today is? What happened today 3 years ago? If anybody in Brad's squad knows, I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds. If anybody on Brad's squad knows what happened, the first person on Brad's squad to know, I can't do it for everybody, but the first person that knows what happened 3 years ago to this day, on October 16th, 2017. If anybody knows what happened, it's a big, big day, October 16th, 2017, 3 years ago to the day, I will give Dionne Watson, got it, third birthday of Brad Show Live. Dionne Watson, I'm going to give you a free consultation, or you can give it to somebody else. Congratulations. It is our 3-year anniversary of Brad Show Live today. We've been doing this now for 3 years. 3 years on YouTube and Facebook. We couldn't do without you, the squad. And we premiered on October 16th, 2017. At the end of our show, Jay Rhymes put together a 4-minute composition of some of the best stuff we have done with you, the squad, for the last 3 years on Brad Show Live. So happy birthday, Brad Show Live, 3-year anniversary. And of course, we're doing it on precautionary pandemic quarantine edition. Let me say hello. By the way, Dionne Watson, Pizza. By the way, it's her birthday too. Let's wish Pizza happy birthday. So Pizza, happy birthday to you as well. Her birthday, ironically, is on the birthday of Brad Show Live. Very ironic, Pizza. Nevertheless, Dionne Watson, Pizza, you guys coordinate how we're going to do that free consultation. Let me say hello, everybody, to the entire squad. Dionne Watson, squad up. Dixie Peach, squad up. Rog J. Roberts, he just goes, yo. Sharon Bolden, squad up. Joan Grant, what's going on? Marcia McCullough, how are you? And Joan McDonald, we see you watching, Joan. We see you. Who else we got here? Bigga B watching as well. And Bailey, how are you, Bailey? Sadie Oxley. Sadie, we see you watching as well. Thanks for joining us. And Sharon Bolden saying happy birthday, Brad Show Live. Cordella Douglas, happy birthday, Pizza. And Lovey Lima Tango, also a happy day for Pizza. Let's see what's going on YouTube. Sasha Peter saying, hi, Uncle Brad, how are you? Cat Misa, squad up, Cat Misa. Ja Love saying hello. Demej Zufmati saying, hi, Uncle Brad, how are you? Yanni, 505, saying, hi, Brad, how are you? Betty Lee Gordon, swat up, swayed up. I think she meant to say squat up, but I think she said swayed up. She's more into fashion than most of us, I guess. Suede she's into. Meme sorry, squat up, Uncle Brad. Hope everyone doing well today. Bless your heart. Thank you very much. Arisa Segumba, happy birthday. S. Nicole saying hi, Brad. Fox Racing, have not seen you in a long time, Fox Racing, but I'm glad that you are joining us for our 3-year anniversary. And with that, before we get into our schmoozing, I do got to remind everybody, please share this with your friends and family, especially when we get into the immigration questions and answers. I know that helps lots and lots of people. If you love our show, the best way to show your love for us, subscribe. That way, subscribe on YouTube. And that way, every time we come on live, you're going to hear a ding. You can decide whether to watch us or not. If you love us, join the Brad Squad for special VIP content. I promise you, there is 5,600 people part of the Brad Squad. You're going to get VIP content very soon. I promise you. And so join it. And how do you join? You go to our Facebook membership page, Brad Squad, and you have to be very nice to Jilly. Jilly is in charge of accepting memberships. There is no membership application. You just have to be a cool squatty like the other 5,600 people. And in addition, while you're on Facebook, like and follow us, and that way you'll get a ding as well. Let's do something we like to call schmoozing with Brad. Let's see what... So yesterday was really, really bizarre. We saw 2 people running for president of the United States who live on absolutely, completely different planets. They're not even in the same world. This pumpkin, he's from another world. Maybe Joe Biden is actually from Earth. He's a human being. Nobody knows where this pumpkin came from, but they were dueling town halls. Joe Biden was on ABC, Trump was on NBC, and really it was actually an absolute disservice to the American people who want to be able to watch Trump and Biden and make a decision on who they want to vote for. There was even competition on to watch Donald Trump or should I watch Joe Biden, but you couldn't watch both of them. They held their concurrent town halls on different networks at the same exact moment. In Trump's appearance, he downplayed the coronavirus. He said without any evidence that ballots with his name have been found in the garbage cans. I have not seen any evidence anywhere in any news anywhere that ballots with Donald Trump's name that were supposed to be counted are in garbage cans somewhere. He also made misleading false claims about DACA. He said DACA is working right now. DACA is not working right now. Trump wanted to get rid of DACA. And the only reason DACA even exists is because he did it so stupidly that the Supreme Court said he didn't follow the right procedure to get rid of DACA. Meanwhile, he's not accepting new DACA applications. Meanwhile, he's not allowing DACA recipients to travel, and he's not doing anything to legalize DACA recipients. These are children who came here at a young age, who had no choice whether to come here or not. They just came because their parents brought them here. And for him to say it's working right now, it ain't working right now, Trump. It ain't working right now, pumpkin. Now, according to a fact check by NBC News, they even said that is extremely misleading. Now, Trump's administration began rejecting new applicants to the program this summer, and that was about a month after the Supreme Court blocked the White House from ending the program completely. Now, pressed on this point by moderator Savannah Guthrie, Trump claimed his administration curtailed the program because of the pandemic. Much changed on the immigration front. Mexico is heavily infected. Huh? What? It had nothing to do with the pandemic. He tried to get rid of DACA before he even knew where the city of Wuhan, China was. He tried to get rid of DACA before the word virus even became part of our lexicon. he tried to get rid of DACA the day he was running in 2016. And the only reason DACA is still around is because the Supreme Court said he screwed up on how to get rid of it. But DACA has nothing to do with Mexico or people trying to apply for asylum at the Mexican border. Trump also refused to condemn QAnon. Now, that's the false conspiracy theory linking Democratic leaders with a satanic pedophile ring. How crazy is that? There's an entire movement on the internet that thinks that all of our Democratic leaders are part of a satanic pedophile ring. And there's something also, I don't really follow it, because I don't take it seriously. And something also with pizza. I'm not sure where pizza comes in with the pedophile ring, but maybe Jilly can fill me in if she actually knows a little bit more about this. But when asked about his recent retweet of a claim that Osama bin Laden isn't actually dead, he said, people can decide for themselves. So now he's even saying stuff that's just absolutely ridiculous. There is not a person who has any knowledge that says Osama bin Laden is alive. Moderator Savannah Guthrie clashed with Trump on several occasions and really told him at one point, "You sound like somebody's crazy uncle." During Biden's town hall, the former vice president discussed policies aimed at helping Black Americans in response to a question from a skeptical constituent who asked about Biden's claim, "You ain't Black if Black Americans vote for Trump." And Biden listed a litany of things, I think at least over 10 different programs that he is going to do and he is going to install that will help Black Americans pull themselves up from where they are to middle class, and if they're in middle class, to upper class. So there's a lot of programs. There's a lot of programs that Biden is putting forth. Now, he didn't clarify his position on the push by some progressives to add seats to the Supreme Court, a notion known as court packing, but he said he would do so before the election. Additionally, Biden stayed 30 extra minutes to make sure all the attendees' questions would be answered. Now, that's like a normal person. It's like we're voting for normalcy. I don't know how we could not vote for Biden at this point. It's like just voting for a normal human being to be our leader. I don't understand how anybody could vote for this abnormal person to be our leader, regardless of whether or not he's going to cut your taxes, he's going to raise your taxes. He's just absolutely abnormal. Pumpkin. Now, it seems also that Biden won the ratings war. Biden is so far averaging 13.9 million total viewers on ABC alone, while Trump is at 13.1 million across NBC, MSNBC, and CNBC combined. Unfortunately, the ratings war does not win the election. The election is happening November 3rd. I can't pray for that day to come fast enough. And speaking of this QAnon, which seems to be all over the news these days, but I don't like to read about it because I think it's so bizarre. YouTube announced Thursday that it's expanding its hate and harassment policies to prohibit content that targets an individual or group with conspiracy theories like QAnon. It's the latest tech giant crackdown on QAnon content, which has seen record online interest in 2020. Facebook banned QAnon content across all its platforms earlier this month. Now, Trump has previously praised this movement, which the FBI has deemed a potential domestic terrorist threat, saying he understands its supporters like me very much and that they love America. But at his town hall last night, he repeatedly claimed to be completely ignorant of the movement. He said, "I know nothing about QAnon. I don't know. I do know they are very much against pedophilia. They fight it very hard, but I know nothing about it. I just don't know about QAnon." Now, YouTube said that its efforts to refine its policies over the last 2 years have helped to curb QAnon-linked content. The company noted it has removed tens of thousands of QAnon videos. Christie, the former governor of New Jersey, he revealed that he was in the intensive care unit for 7 days in New Jersey after contracting COVID through Donald Trump. As you know, Governor Christie, he was the one who was preparing Trump for his first debate with Joe Biden. In a statement, Christie said, "The ramifications are wildly random and potentially deadly. No one should be happy to get the virus, and no one should be cavalier about being infected or infecting others." Christie tested positive for COVID-19 earlier this month and checked himself into Morristown Medical Center as a precautionary measure. Chris told ABC's Good Morning America, within 24 hours, I went from feeling absolutely fine to being in the intensive care unit. He said he was treated with the antiviral drug remdesivir and Eli Lilly's monoclonal antibody combination therapy. News of his positive diagnosis, which came a day after Trump announced that he and First Lady Melania had contracted the virus, follows his assistance to Trump, as I said, in preparing for the presidential debate. Now, Christie, he is a big fat guy. He has asthma. He also attended the Supreme Court nomination ceremony for Judge Amy Coney Barrett on September 26th. That also is believed to have been a super spreader event. Now, reflecting on his own thought process before contracting the virus, Christie conceded that he had believed when I entered the White House grounds that I'd entered a safe zone due to the testing that I and many others underwent every day. He said he was wrong not to wear a mask in the White House. He said that I hope that my experience shows my fellow citizens that you should follow CDC guidelines in public, no matter where you are, and wear a mask to protect yourself and others. At the same time that Christie is saying this, Donald Trump is having a town hall meeting, and he was questioning last night whether masks even work. He says he doesn't know. The science is still out on whether masks work or not. Trump is just misleading the American public. It reminds me, I'm not calling him Adolf Hitler in any way, shape, or form. Okay, because Adolf Hitler was a once on this earth, and nobody will ever be as evil as that man. But Adolf Hitler did say, if you're going to tell a lie, tell the biggest lie you can come up with, because then people will believe it more. And I believe this is what Donald Trump is doing with coronavirus. He's saying, oh, it's going away. Oh, we're on the back side of it. Oh, we're beating the coronavirus. Oh, we're doing better than the rest of the world on coronavirus, when none of that is true. None of it. Now, according to statistics from the Johns Hopkins University, there are now over 39 million coronavirus cases worldwide. In the United States, over 8 million people have been diagnosed with COVID. The U.S. is approaching 8 million coronavirus cases and averaging more than 50,000 new infections a day. 50,000 people every day are getting infected in the United States of America. Meanwhile, a big global study by the World Health Organization concluded remdesivir, the experimental antiviral drug that Christie used, that Trump used, had little to no effect on the recovery of hospitalized coronavirus patients. The World Health Organization called the results disappointing. So that's we don't even know what drugs we should be taking still. And Pfizer says its vaccine won't be ready before mid-November, which rules out Trump's assertion that a coronavirus vaccine would be ready before Election Day. Meanwhile, freshman enrollment has dropped more than 16% from last year at American colleges and universities. The cause, of course, coronavirus. A month into the fall semester, overall undergraduate enrollment is running 4% below last year's levels. Even an upward trend in graduate enrollment has been dampened since last month's survey, slipping to 2.7%. Quite frankly, if you're a student and you want to go apply to a better university, I think now's the best time to ever apply for a university, because it's probably, you say, oh, will I get accepted? Will I not get accepted? There's more openings now at universities than probably in the last 20 years, but that's my own assumption. I don't know this for a fact. Meanwhile, U.S. intelligence agencies warned the White House last year that Donald Trump's personal lawyer and former mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani, was the target of an influence operation by Russian intelligence. But Trump doesn't care about Russian intelligence influencing America. We already know that. The Washington Post reports that the warnings were based on multiple sources, and this all happened on a trip that Giuliani took to Ukraine in 2019 to dig up some dirt on Biden. That trip was when he was gathering information he thought would expose the corrupt acts by former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter. The intelligence raised concerns that Giuliani was being used to feed fake information by Russian agents to the president. The warnings, however, were not listened to by Donald Trump. The National Security Advisor, Robert O'Brien, cautioned Trump in a private conversation, but O'Brien emerged from the meeting uncertain if he even got through to the president. Trump shrugged his shoulders at O'Brien, warning, a former official said, and dismissed concern about his lawyer's activities by saying, that's Rudy. We know Trump doesn't care if Russia influences the United States. Now, the bad news for Giuliani continued when his daughter Caroline Giuliani endorsed Joe Biden for president. That's pretty funny. In the essay titled, Rudy Giuliani is my father, please everyone vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the 31-year-old writer, director, actor writes, as a child, I saw firsthand the kind of cruel, selfish politics that Donald Trump has now inflicted on our country. It made me want to run as far away from them as possible. She added, I may not be able to change my father's mind, but together we can vote this toxic administration out. And by the way, guys, it is Friday. Let's get to some fun Friday news before I answer your immigration questions. Bacon-scented face masks. Hormel Foods announced it is giving away free bacon face masks. That's right, bacon lovers. There is a new face mask for you. Hormel Foods, known for its black label bacon, announced the launch of breathable bacon, what it calls a revolutionary face mask featuring the latest in pork-scented technology. Now through October 28th at www.breathablebacon.com, Hormel is giving away free face masks made of bacon. The face masks will be given away while supplies last. Senior brand manager Nick Schweitzer said in a statement, we're continuously focused on innovation, from new products to marketing and distribution, all in an effort to deliver new and exciting ways to experience and enjoy black label bacon. The only caution I would give, if you do want to get the free bacon mask, do not walk your dog with the bacon mask on. I think you're going to have a big, big problem. Meanwhile, a Minnesota man won the Super Bowl of pumpkins with a 2,350-pound pumpkin named the Tiger King. A Minnesota man and his gigantic pumpkin are reigning royalty after taking home top prize in a Northern California pumpkin growing competition. And the winning pumpkin, it's called Tiger King. Travis Ganger won the first prize in the 47th annual Safeway World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off in Half Moon, California on Monday for his 2,350-pound pumpkin, according to contest officials. If Trump is another 4 years in the White House, he may win the biggest pumpkin. He may get fatter than that 2,350-pound pumpkin that just won. I don't know. Now, believe it or not, he took home, this is amazing, we're laughing about the big pumpkin. This guy won $16,450 because he received $7 per pound in a pay-by-the-pound system. The contest congratulated Geinger in a social media post, giving him the title the 2020 Pumpkin King of Half Moon Bay. And finally, last weekend, because it is, of course, Halloween, the Willamette River in Oregon was overtaken by what's become a familiar sight in Portland this time of year, a large coven of witches floating on stand-up paddleboards. 3 years ago, inspired by similar events in California, Portlander Ginny Kaufman decided to gather up some fellow paddleboard enthusiasts to roll down the river wearing pointy hats and black capes. The first witch paddle drew around 30 participants. Now it's becoming an annual event, triple the size. Kaufman could not confirm the exact number of attendees, but there were over 300 RSVPs on the Facebook post. It's not just a source of eerie photos either. The witch paddle has also become a clothing drive for our House of Portland and Sunshine division. And that, folks, is our schmooze for the day. We got to get into our immigration questions. Before I get into our immigration questions, I do have to remind everybody to please share this with your friends and family. Please make sure that you tell them right now. I will be answering your immigration questions. I see on YouTube we have 18 thumbs up. Let's give some more thumbs up. We got almost 100 people watching. Give us some thumbs up. And if you're watching and you have not subscribed to Bradshaw Live, please subscribe right now. If you're watching on Facebook, please like and follow. All right, let's get into our immigration questions. Yesterday I started on, where did I start? On Facebook. So today I am going to start on YouTube. Meme sorry just says bless my heart. Kiki with the first question of the day. Howdy, Uncle Brad. My aunt was denied her green card after her I-601 appeal. She was told to leave the country within 30 days. They say she lied on her visa application. Can anything be done to fix this? Yes. When the immigration office tells you to leave, it is as worthwhile as this piece of paper telling you to leave. It's worthless piece of paper. Leave the country in 30 days. Has nothing, no power to make you leave. No piece of paper can make you leave. Now, if immigration puts you in deportation and a federal immigration judge tells you to leave, well, that has the power of law enforcement, and law enforcement can now force you to get deported. So that hasn't happened yet. And just because her adjustment and waiver was denied doesn't mean she can't do it again. So my advice would be, before she gets put in deportation, let's file a new adjustment application with a new waiver, and let's do a better job. You can keep filing the same case over and over and over and over again until you get it done right. The only thing that would be not smart is to file the same case over and over again and do it exactly the same way. You want to do it better this time. Maybe switch lawyers. Maybe find more evidence to prove your hardship. I don't know, but let's do a better job and let's get it filed again. Let's see what else is happening on YouTube. Oh, this is a mouthful. Mukhammed Duksukik Akamov. Mukamad Sudik Akamov. Hi, my case is a special immigrant juvenile. I got an RFE, which is a request for further evidence. It's been 11 months, no response yet. And we did e-request. We get a letter that they transferred my case to another office. Any idea? What should I do? I think you should give me a call. I have no idea what the RFE was for. I don't know if you did your case right or wrong. I don't know what they were asking for. I don't know whether you're entitled to the special immigrant juvenile. So until I know whether you are qualified and you did everything right, I can't comment on why it's been 11 months. So we need to know a lot more information. Yanel 505 says, hi, Brad. I'm going to be traveling abroad soon. However, I was arrested in the past. I don't have a conviction. Years later, I got my green card. Am I going to have a problem entering back the U.S.? As long as they knew about this arrest when you got your green card, and in fact, you don't have a conviction, enjoy your travels and be safe. You'll be absolutely fine. Goddess Warrior, what does it mean when USCIS says your case is at the e-filed processing section? That means that you filed it over the internet and it's somewhere in the USCIS cloud. That's what it means. Shanti Singh, unemployment insurance giving additional federal boost of $300. Is it automatically added to the unemployed benefit? Is this a public charge? Unemployment insurance is not a public charge, okay? Because you could be a millionaire and still get unemployment insurance. So it's not a need-based thing. Is it added to a UI under, I don't know what a UI benefit is, but it's not a public charge. So go collect your unemployment. That's the most important thing I'm getting out of that question. Let's see what else we have here. Sash McCoy. Hi, Brad. I'm doing a petition for my daughter. Our passport got stolen. Is it going to affect her filing? I've been calling my lawyer. No answer. I'm doing a petition for my daughter. Our passport got stolen. It's going to affect her filing. I'm calling my lawyer. No answer. Well, you would have to get a new passport because she needs some passport, some identification to prove she is who she is when she applies for her green card and goes for her interview. As far as the passport stolen, maybe she doesn't have proof of her legal entry. So you got to hope immigration has proof of her legal entry. So it shouldn't be a problem, but it's nice to have the passport, but you definitely need a valid passport to go for the interview. Teddy Crown Pictures. I am from Eritrea and my status is withholding removal and I got married to a green card holder and we have one son. Is there any way to adjust my status? Once that green card holder becomes a citizen, assuming you made a legal entry into America, you can file an I-130 visa petition. You could actually do it now, but you wouldn't be able to make a motion to reopen your deportation case until she becomes a U.S. citizen because you wouldn't be eligible to adjust married to a lawful resident. So file an I-130 now, or wait until your wife becomes a citizen, get the I-130 approved, and then try to file a motion to reopen your case. BG65. Hello, Brad. I have a juvenile delinquency felony. Will that affect citizenship? You either have a juvenile delinquency or you have a felony. There is no, I have a juvenile delinquency felony. A juvenile delinquency is that they have adjudicated you a juvenile, so they're not giving you a criminal record. If you have a felony, they're saying you have a criminal record. So first we got to figure out, do you have a juvenile delinquency or do you have a felony? And then we can figure it out from there. But the answer is yes, because either one, you know, it's still moral character issues. And if you have a felony, you know, a criminal felony, obviously that could make you deportable as well. Denise Finley with a question. Hi, Brad. I'm in the F4 category. My daughter is now 22 years old, waiting for the interview. Is she still safe from Jamaica? Depends on how long the I-130 took to get approved. If the I-130 took 5-6 years to get approved, she's safe. If the I-130 took 3 days to get approved, she's not safe. There's something under the Child Status Protection Act. So we got to figure out, the first step to figure out if she's safe or not is how long was the I-130 pending. You then take the time the I-130 was pending. You know, it was the F4, so it was either your brother or your sister filed for you. From the day it was filed to the day it was approved, let's say it was 3 years, you get to add that on to your daughter's birthday. So then she would have till 25, assuming she paid her fees at the National Visa Center within 1 year of being requested to do so. So it depends on how long in each particular case that I-130 took to get approved. Oscar Manzo, can I still get the job that applied for if I answer no to the question, are you authorized to work in the U.S. and will you need sponsorship? You're asking me if an employer is going to hire you. I don't have the slightest idea. Did you have a good interview? Did they like you? I don't know. And then they got to consider whether or not they want to hire somebody who's not in legal status. That's a whole other thing. How would I know whether you're going to get the job or not? Never give up with a question. Hello, Mr. Brad. Thank you for your great, amazing work. I'm into adjustment for my green card. My wife and I have domestic violence. She was the aggressor and she was arrested. She called USCIS to withdraw. Well, then at that point, you need to file a VAWA case if she was arrested for a domestic violence. And then when you go for your interview for the adjustment, hopefully the case is not withdrawn. But if it is, then you'll file a new adjustment application. Either way, you'll get a green card. And give us a call if you have a problem. Let's see who else we have here. Ashwani Pandy. Hello, Brad. My I-45 case is still pending for interview. Can I travel to India for 20 days on my advanced parole? Yes, you can. Enjoy your trip. Barry Abada. I would like to speak to Brad on the live show. Monday, we're going to be back on our live show. You can call us then. We're live right now, but we're not taking calls. This is a precautionary pandemic quarantine edition. Abby B. Brad, does a new VAWA denial affect in any way an already existing asylum case still waiting for the asylum interview? No, it doesn't. So if your VAWA was denied, you still have your pending asylum case going. Let's see what's going on Facebook. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see. Lots of hellos. Let's see where the questions are. All right. First question on Facebook. Michael Overcome Newsom. Hi, good evening, Uncle Brad. How long does it take to get an I-130 approved, married to a U.S. citizen wife? The priority date is October 7th, 2019. Well, it should have been approved already because if you already filed it up, oh no, you're 1 year into it. It should be approved momentarily. You're about 1 year into it. So hopefully, within a couple of weeks, a month or two, but it should get approved momentarily. Let's see what else we got here. Dip Fab Cake Affairs. Oh, just giving me a compliment. Maybe we'll put that in as comment of the day. I'll move on. Let's see. Candace Stevenson, squat up. My stepson has his 10-year green card as of September 2020. Will he have an issue getting his citizenship if he's currently collecting SNAP and Medicaid? How old can a child be if a citizen father filed for their child? If they file the paperwork before they're 21 but years past, what happens? Those are three separate questions. First of all, for citizenship, it doesn't matter whether you collect SNAP or Medicaid. There is no public charge provisions for filing for citizenship, so he will be fine. The second question, how old can a child be if a citizen father files for their child? The child could be at any age, but if the child is under 21 and the U.S. citizen father files for them, they remain under 21 for life, so they're in a much faster category than if the father filed for them after the age of 21. So let's say the father filed for them at 20 years, 364 days. That child is still an immediate relative under the Child Status Protection Act, and it shouldn't take more than a couple of months. They're immediately eligible for their green card. Let's see what else we have here. Lovey Lima Tango. My friend is married. She got her first green card, but her husband thinks the marriage is not working. Will it affect her stay in the country? What steps can she take if he divorces her? Nobody says you have to stay in an unhappy marriage. If you got your conditional green card and your spouse divorces you, as long as you can prove that you and your spouse live together in a bona fide loving marriage. And what's a bona fide loving marriage? You live together in the same house and you had a financial relationship. You had a bank account, you did your taxes together. Financial relationship, you live together, and then husband starts a divorce or your spouse starts a divorce. As long as you can prove that you had that bona fide relationship up to the divorce and you already have your 2-year green card, let him divorce you. Why be unhappy? Why stay somewhere just for a green card? You can get divorced. You can file to remove the conditions on your own. And all you have to do is walk into immigration and say, here's my divorce. And after we got my green card, it was a real loving marriage. Here's proof. Here's proof of our financial relationship. And here's proof that we live together. So she will be fine. So you're saying, what steps should she do? Make sure she saves or she has in a safe place all of the documents that she needs to prove that her and her husband lived together and had a financial relationship, including pictures and bank statements and things like that. Soli Jelani. I'm married to a U.S. citizen from 2 years, but we didn't file yet because she is not making enough money, and also we don't have sponsor for us. Please advise on that. Got to find the sponsor, and hopefully she gets a better job. I can't, there's no way around the poverty guidelines. You just got to figure it out. There's 300+ million Americans in the United States of America. Somebody's got to like you enough who makes a decent living to give you an affidavit of support, or your wife needs to find a better job. There's no way around poverty guidelines for getting a green card. Luca DeAndrade. How long could it take for a VAWA approval after deportation? Who has a toddler son? I'm almost 2 years outside to get back to the USA. It could take 2-3 years, maybe longer, maybe 4 years. After the VAWA is approved, you still need to do a 212 waiver to return. I would suggest if you're waiting all this time, maybe you want to give us a call. Koshinti Latif. Hello, King. Happy to see you after 6 months. Well, hello. Where have you been? I've been here. The Vermont Center didn't send me prima facie determination notice. My case has been pending for 16 months. Is that normal? It is normal. And the fact that you didn't get a prima facie means that you did not, at the bare minimum, give enough evidence to show that you're entitled to a VAWA case. That doesn't mean you'll be given another opportunity to show that. Hopefully you have more documentation than what you've already submitted. Han Ayo Edobar. It showed on my status that my EAD was delivered. I didn't receive it. I've written twice, but February and September, no response. What should I do? Call the telephone number, the 1-800 customer service number. They will tell you whether your work permit was returned. If it was returned, they will mail it out to you. If it was not returned, you are SOL, which is shit out of luck, unfortunately. You got lost by the Postal Service. There's nothing you can do other than refile for a new one. Huey Love. Hey, Brad, me and my daughter have a green card and it's going to expire on March 7th, 2022. The question is, my daughter's green card is lost and will expire before she turns 16. She turned 16 on August 2022. How can I renew her green card? Can I renew her green card with mine? You can renew the green card, assuming you have a 2-year green card. You could include your daughter on your I-751 application as long as she got her green card within 6 months of you. If she got her green card more than 6 months before or after you, she has to do her own I-751. You don't need her green card to renew it, but you do need to complete the application and know her alien registration number. If it's lost, she should have proof that she has a green card. What I would do if I were you is I would file an I-90 for a replacement of a lost green card. Genesis Guerrero. Hello, Brad. Can I file for humanitarian permit for my mom while she's waiting on response of a 601 waiver? Would it affect her? They're not going to give her any humanitarian permit if she's already been found inadmissible to the United States and needs a 601 waiver. So we just got to make sure that 601 waiver gets approved. If you're having a problem getting the 601 waiver approved or it's taking way too long, give us a call. Salam Abai. My friend's kids are in the U.S. and the father is a U.S. citizen. They have been here almost 2.5 years. Can he file an I-130? Then when they get the green card, then apply for citizenship. If the children are under 21, as soon as they get their green cards, if they are living in the physical and legal custody of the father, they would become automatic U.S. citizens. Alicia Williams with a question. Hey, Uncle Brad, I got my conditional residency in 2017 and my permanent residency just 2 months ago. Congratulations. Now my spouse wants to divorce me after 4 years of marriage. How would that affect my eligibility for citizenship if I wait the 5 years? You wait the 5 years and you'll file your citizenship without him. It's not a problem. It won't affect it at all. Handy Sumidi, for I-130, did they interview the U.S. citizen child filing for the parent who wants to adjust status, or do they interview just the parent or both? I always suggest that's the petitioner. The petitioner show up with the parent. Omari Palm, hey, good evening, Uncle Brad. I have a daughter outside of the United States. I'm going to get married soon. What can I do to get her to attend the wedding in the U.S.? She only has her passport. I think we asked this question before, or maybe you asked me on Instagram privately. I remember seeing this before. First of all, congratulations on your wedding. It's just a visitor's visa. You got to try to get her a visitor's visa. That's what you would come to do to come for a wedding. You would come in to visit. Martha Manzo says, I got skipped. Ask it again right now, Martha. I didn't see the question. Akmu Cheek Toure. Any news about the public charge rule? Are they implementing it, or the court order is stopping them from affecting it? They are implementing the public charge rule. The public charge rule is being implemented across the board everywhere. So unfortunately, it's public charge. Trump's public charge rule 944 is being adjudicated in all jurisdictions right now. Candace Stevenson, Uncle Brad, how long does it take for my stepson to become a citizen? 10-year green card. He is 19 years old. 5 years from the time that he got his green card. 90 days before the 5-year anniversary, he could apply for his citizenship. Geraldine LG, hey, Uncle Brad, my kids are on Medicaid. Will that affect my filing? No, kids on Medicaid under 18 do not affect filing. Joseph Pauline, is public charge attached to epidemic unemployment? No, it is not. Getting unemployment has nothing to do with public charge. Let's go back to YouTube. BG65 confirming. It says felony juvenile petition delinquency. What happened, BG? Here, I lost you. Where was you? I was just reading you, BG, and then I lost you. Give me a second. Let's see what happened to BG. All of a sudden, we lost him. Well, say it again, BG. I lost your comment. Shanti Singh says, hi, Brad. Sorry for the confusion on the last question. Getting unemployment insurance that includes federal boost due to pandemic, is that a public charge? Is the federal boost a public charge? The answer is no, it is not a public charge. Barry Abada, I would like to meet you in the office. I've been there before but could not see you. Call me, 1-800-529-5465. Kunsong Official says, hi, Uncle Brad. I have a pending I-130. We attended the interview last year in September. My wife is on Social Security disability. The only evidence we have together is pictures and lease agreement. She just died. What other proof do I need? Well, hopefully, my condolences. Hopefully you're on the death certificate. Hopefully if there was a funeral and there's a program, you are listed on there as well. Your case is now going to convert to a widow petition, but you got to prove it was a real marriage. You would need to come in. We'll have to figure out what documentation. Maybe we'll get affidavits from people. Sanjeet Bajachara. Hey, Brad. I'm a green card holder and I applied for my wife and they received it on March 2020. It's California Service Center. Well, very good. You're going to be waiting at least till March 2021 for an interview. Barry Abdal. We answered that one already. Adder Bijby Felicia. Hi, Brad. I submitted the I-45 in April 2020, receipt in May 2020 in Jacksonville. When do I expect an invitation for a fingerprint? Hopefully soon. I mean, I don't know exactly what day they're going to fingerprint you, but I hope soon. Kiki, I answered that question. The I-601 was denied, was told to leave the country in 30 days, was told I lied on the visa application. Can my case be helped? Yeah, I told you. I gave you a full explanation at the beginning of the show. I said, refile again and do a better job. BG65. The paper from the court said juvenile petition, delinquency, felony. Also, this happened in 2017. I would need to see what that means then, because it's obviously not from New York State. I'm not sure what state that is, but we would have to figure out whether you have a juvenile delinquency or you have a criminal record. I can't tell based on what you're writing there right now. Meme sorry. Hi, Uncle Brad. What is the notice of custody for redetermination hearing and immigration proceedings means? That someone in this situation can be bailed out. What that is if you have been in detention for more than 6 months, you have the right to, because immigration detention is a civil detention. It's not a criminal detention. So what the Supreme Court has ruled years ago is that it is not unconstitutional to hold somebody for 6 months if it is likely that they're going to be deported. If it is unlikely that they would be deported within 6 months, or if it is unlikely that they will ever be deported, or this case will go on for a very long time and they're not a threat to Americans if they were released, then you're entitled to a custody redetermination, because if immigration is not going to be deporting you anytime soon, they can't hold you. So that's what the redetermination is. And yes, you can. They may do a bail hearing at that point. Let's go back to Facebook quickly for some last questions. Joseph Pauline. Due to the pandemic, do you know if we will have to submit a new medical if it's past 1 year mark? I'm at 366 days. Yes, you will have to submit a new one. Feed Ram. Question. The petition approved in December 2015 under unmarried son or daughter 21 years or older. What's the update on the visa bulletin? Thank you. Well, we can go to the visa bulletin. I mean, you don't need me. You can just go to the visa bulletin. You just Google. I'm doing it right now. Visa bulletin on Google. The first thing that pops up is travel.gov, and we go to October 2020 for F2B. They are up to May 1st, 2016. All right, let's see what else we have here. Gordon Gimai. Hello, Brad. Can my kid's DNA test affect my wife's petition approval? Because it is over 15 months now, and I'm a U.S. citizen filing for my wife and 4 kids, but the kid's DNA is delaying due to COVID. Brad, please, can my wife's case be approved before USCIS receives the kid's DNA? Absolutely, they can. One has nothing to do with the other. Maybe what they're asking is they want to make sure that these kids are between you and your wife. I'm not sure what the purpose of the DNA is, or they're trying to determine that you're the father. So whose DNA? Did they ask your wife's DNA too, or was it just you and the children? Patricia Thomas. Hello, Brad. A friend of mine has a green card but can't read or write. How can he get citizenship? If you are over 55 years and you've been a resident for 15 years, you can avoid the reading and writing. You can also go to a doctor, take a lot of medical tests, and have a doctor fill out a medical exemption form saying that you have a mental deficiency. Years past, they used to say you were retarded. We don't like to say that word anymore, but it's basically a mental deficiency that you're unable to learn how to read and write. Those would be the two things you can do. Angela Lahoe. Hi, Brad. My daughter's applicant for residency has been approved from April, but have not heard anything yet. I need to know more what you're talking about. I just know an application was approved and you haven't heard anything. Heard anything from what? Where's your daughter? Who's your daughter? Who filed? What category? Blah, 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 blah. Handy Sumiti. When you are in removal for an overstay with a hearing date in 2022, and now your child turns 21 and files the I-130, what will happen to the hearing? Nothing. You're going to wait till 2022. But once the I-130 is approved, what you should be doing is a motion to recalendar to get an earlier date in order for adjustment of status. Candace Stevenson, has the N-400 increased yet? No, it has not. There was a court order preventing the increase in filing fees. So as of now, you can put in your citizenship application for the old fees, which are $725. Frank Mbeja. Uncle Brad, what should someone do if you have been denied asylum in the immigration court? Should you appeal? Yes, and then try to figure out another way to get a green card. Absolutely. And the last question on Facebook for right now, Martin Alskelon. Hi, Uncle Brad. Are they doing green card interviews in Jamaica for kids under 21 filed by step-parents? Step-parent is a U.S. citizen. Yes, they are. Let's go back to YouTube and finish up on YouTube. Paul Arrojo. Hi, Brad. Filed the 601-212 waiver last January 2020. Cases outside normal processing. We did 2 inquiries, and the last one said case under extended review. What do you suggest? You can, there's not a lot you can do other than keep harassing them for a decision. You're not going to do a mandamus on 2 waivers. Kun Lasong official. Hi, Uncle Brad. I have a pending I-130. We attended an interview last year, September. My wife, I answered that question already. Ruhal Prabkar. We filed the I-730 petition, Nebraska Service Center. We're both in USA. How long? I don't know what an I-730 is, but I guess an I-130 you're talking about. How long? I don't know who's sponsoring you. I need to know more information. Bogus, when you are in removal for an overstay with a hearing date in 2022 and now your child turns 20, I answered that question already. Kelly Desire, hello, Uncle Brad. What if I can't remember when my visitor's visa was first issued? This is a question on the DS-260. Just give an approximate date to the best of your ability and put in parentheses approximately. Kelly Desire, hello, Uncle Brad. What if I answered that. Marie Nelson, hi, Brad. My son filed an I-130 for me. It was approved. Can I travel to the U.S. while it is pending? You can, but you're always risking having a problem at the airport that they think you're coming in to stay or adjust your status. So make sure that you come in for very short periods of time and you show a plane ticket to return. Raj, how long does USCIS take to respond with next action after submitting an RFE? It's supposed to be 120 days, but with COVID, it could be a year. Never give up. Hello, Mr. Brad. Thank you for your great, amazing work. I'm into adjustment for my green card. My wife and I have a domestic violence. She was the aggressor and she was arrested. She called USCIS. I answered this question already. I said, you need to convert your case to a VAWA case. And if you need help, you should give me a call. Nuyeba Diodan, my cousin's asylum case was denied while in detention, was released on bond. What options does he have moving forward? His options of calling a good lawyer and figuring out what to do. I don't have the answer what his option would be if his asylum was denied. I would need to speak with him. Talman Gaza, can my daughter get a visiting visa to come to the USA, but I did not tell immigration that I have a daughter when I moved? Well, I don't know whether she can get a visa or not, but they're going to be very surprised when she shows up and says, my dad is legal in America, and they don't know anything about it. All right, with that being said, so I think you should have a consultation with me. Today is the anniversary of Brad Show Live's 3-year premiere. In commemoration of our birthday, the 3-year anniversary of when we started on YouTube and Facebook, we've put together a little trip down memory lane highlighting some of the many stories and adventures we have all shared together in the last 3 years. I hope you enjoy. Let's watch. All right, welcome everybody to Brad Show Live.
My American dream is I want to live life, I want to eat well, I want a roof over my head, and I want to make a better world for my children to live in.
My American dream is being an American.
It's just for equality and everybody to be in peace and everybody to treat others as they want to be treated.
1 out of every 10 eligible voters were immigrants who were not born in the United States of America. Meanwhile, a man in Las Vegas stole a 3-foot-tall, 50-pound dildo. I think if somebody was able to use that, then they need to see a doctor.
I don't want him to be deported.
I know the procedure. You don't have to go any further. You should not have to wait 2 to 3 years as a United States citizen to be reunited with your wife and child. You shouldn't have to.
And keep up your good work.
Thank you.
You are doing an awesome job.
Thank you. You know what? Compliments get you very far. You know, the guy goes like this. Be the best at that. I can't do it, though.
How long does, after the green card through VAWA, can you apply for citizenship?
3 years.
Exactly. Leave that right there. This did not happen. It's perfect.
What? Sam! I can't see anything. There's no eyes in here, Sam.
It's not fitting exactly right.
We had to change the narrative. We had to dress up like that just to be heard, just to be taken serious, or, you know, to show that.
To be respected.
Like, yeah, it was just a lot. It was a good feeling, though. It was a good feeling.
We've got your back, and we're here for you, and we feel your pain. We're going to do all we can to have your voices heard.
If we just get to know each other, we would realize that there's no difference, that we all bleed the same, we all hurt the same, we all share tears the same.
I came from Dominican Republic 22 years ago.
My mother came from Greece and my father came from Colombia.
I'm Hispanic, I'm Puerto Rican. My grandparents were the first generation to come over here. Yeah. And then, my mother came here with my mother when she was younger.
I'm Polish. My dad immigrated from Poland when he was about 8 or 9 years old.
So I came here, when I was 10 years old. We started all the way from the bottom, like I would say collecting bottles from the garbage. That's how we started. My major thing is just to put a business, open my own business.
The lens that I see the world as an immigrant is somebody who is every day grateful to be in this country. And it's also a lens that acutely knows what injustice is.
Does it affect your music being a father?
Absolutely. All the crazy things I used to say, I don't say anymore.
I care so much about this country as being an engine for us to see human potential. I hope to play a small role in that journey of making that happen.
My friend and I, we got thirsty and we stopped at a filling station, and I took a picture of him drinking out of the white-only water fountain. He took a picture of me.
His photograph of you became the famous one.
Yes.
What did Tamika wear on your wedding day? White wedding dress with a veil? Red and black lingerie? At the wedding, not in the bedroom. Oh la la.
When was the Declaration of Independence adopted?
Independence Day, 1970. Independence Day, 76. I'm sorry.
Who invented the GPS? American born or an immigrant?
Immigrant.
American born.
Say American.
American. There we go.
American.
Yeah. How'd you guys get that?
I don't know, it's the feeling.
Brad Show Live won Best Web Series at the Synopsis Media Model D Awards. Best web series in the entire world, beating out huge competition.
I love
This show is the best. Can't miss it. Even when I'm at work, I have to watch the show.
Happy birthday, Brad Show Live! Happy birthday, Brad Show Live! Yeah! Well, happy birthday, everybody. Before we get into comments of the day, and that was a great job there, Jay Rhymes, putting together our compilation. Before I get into our comments of the day, Melissa Sand begging for the question. I don't know what it is. Let's see what she says. Hello, Brad. I had my biometrics appointment 2 months ago. Now I received another appointment that says my fingerprint card couldn't be processed and they need to retake it. I guess fingerprints were not scanned legible enough, but I wonder why they didn't send me a new biometric appointment quicker when they saw that the fingerprints were not accepted, but waited for 2 months. I don't know how long more I need to wait for the second biometric appointment. I don't know either. And you're asking me why they didn't do it? Yeah, they should have done it right away, but this is the U.S. government, Immigration Service. Ooh, I have the hiccups. Immigration Service. Let's do comments of the day, but I don't know when they're going to do it. Comments of the day. What do we got? All right, comments of the day. Cordella Douglas says, happy anniversary, Brad Show Live, the best show on Facebook and YouTube and on Instagram. Thank you very much, Cordella. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, this is the best immigration show on the face of the earth. Come on board to ask your questions, you all. You will not regret it. Dip Fab Cake Affairs. Uncle Brad, you are the greatest. Please keep up with your good work of service to humanity. We love you. Keep it up. And finally, Lovey Lima Tango, you are really a gem, Uncle Brad. Thank you very much, all. Happy anniversary, Brad Squad. Happy anniversary, Brad Squad crew. We'll be back in studios with Yo-Yo and Nesquik for a full Brad Show Live on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace.